Hi everyone, it's Amanda. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm creating this look inspired by the beautiful Kendall Jenner. I'll pull up a picture on the screen right here. So this is the look she wore to the Vanity Fair after party for the Oscars, and this look was done by Mary Phillips, who is one of my all-time favorite artists ever. She does Kendall Jenner's makeup, she does I think all the Kardashians, she does Hailey Bieber's. She has a lot of really amazing clients and her looks are just so beautiful to me. She really knows how to enhance someone's face. Her looks do not look overdone, they're so elegant and tasteful. She's definitely very talented at applying makeup and she has a very unique kind of signature style, at least to me anyways. I know as soon as I see a Mary Phillips look that it is hers. So yeah, I had a lot of fun recreating this look and I'm really excited to show you guys how I achieved this look. But before we get into the video, I would love it if you guys could subscribe and hit the thumbs up. It would really mean a lot to me. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into the tutorial.
All right, so starting off with skin, I actually did watch Kendall Jenner's little Get Ready with Vogue before the Oscars video on YouTube, and she said that she didn't go crazy with skincare. She is super hydrated and drinks a lot of water, and so doesn't feel the need to go overboard with skincare on the day. I don't hydrate as much as I should. I really need to do that. Yeah, so I don't think I'm gonna be able to get away with no skincare because I'm dehydrated. The skin is really matte, so I don't want to apply anything that is going to be too shiny or light reflecting. So I'm going to start off with this Biossance Squalane and Copper Peptide Rapid Plumping Serum. So this claims to give you instant hydration, which is what I need. I am definitely not feeling super hydrated at the moment, and I have tried this before and I've been really liking it so far. I love how the product is blue. I think it is so pretty. So yeah, I'm just gonna take a couple drops in the palm of my hand, about that much. Also, don't judge my crusty hands right now. I self-tanned last night and I don't usually self-tan, but I figured for this look, I'm just gonna go all the way. I'm just gonna commit, you know? I'm gonna rub my hands together and I'm just going to press that into my skin. While that's soaking in, I'm going to go in with the Nars Skin Light Reflecting Eye and Lash Gel, and I'm just going to apply that under my eyes and on my lids. So the last thing I'm going to do for skin is I'm going to apply this Ren Clean Skincare. This is their Global Protection Day Cream. I just really like this moisturizer for everyday wear. It doesn't make my skin too shiny or greasy, and makeup always looks good on top, so I felt like this would be the perfect product for today. I'm just gonna go in with one pump and again, rub my hands together and just kind of press it into my skin, massage in upwards motions. If there's any excess, I'll just take it down my neck. All right, so skin is feeling hydrated. By the way, y'all, I do have a shirt on. You just cannot see it. I even went with a little black tube top. Just really trying to get the Kendall Jenner look today, okay? So I'm going to start with skin today. I'm not exactly sure what shade I'm going to be, so I'm going to play around a little bit. I'm going to try using this Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk in the shade 3.8. So I'm just gonna take 2 pumps of that on my palette and I'm going to go in with my beauty blender from Makeup Forever. And I'm going to start by just pouncing that on the skin. I noticed that Kendall's skin is completely flawless in this look, so I want to have at least a medium to full coverage for this look. It is a little bit light. This is a little light, but I think I can make it work. I do really love the coverage of this foundation. It is not cakey at all, but it gives full coverage. So I think this is perfect. All right, so I'm actually pretty happy with that. It doesn't look too dark, at least in person. I'm not really sure how it looks on camera, but I think either I have just gotten used to it or it may be oxidized ever so slightly on my skin and now it's the perfect color, so it all worked out. So I noticed for this look, the center points of Kendall's face are quite bright, so I'm going to go in today with my Makeup Forever Ultra HD Light Capturing Self-Setting Concealer in the shade 22, and I'm just going to apply that in the center points of my face, so under my eyes, on the bridge of my nose, on my forehead, and on my chin. And I'm just going to blend all this out with my makeup sponge. And I'm just going to pat the excess on my lids to kind of act like a bit of an eyeshadow base. So I'm going to very strategically set under my eyes. I don't want any creasing under my eyes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pat out that concealer with a beauty sponge, make sure there's no creases, and then slightly dust a little bit of setting powder right on top just to lock it right in place. So using that same powder we just used, I'm using the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. I'm just going to take that same powder on a makeup sponge and start to bake under my eyes. All right, so we look a little bit crazy right now, but we're just gonna leave our eyes like this while we move on to the eyes. So to map out our eye shape, I'm going to be using this Caviar Stick Eye Color by Laura Mercier in the shade Caramel. And I'm just gonna roughly sketch out the shape of the eye that we're going for, and then I'm going to blend this out. So it doesn't need to be too precise at the beginning since these blend out really easily and they're super forgiving. But yeah, I'm basically just mapping out my crease and kind of mapping out the general shape that we want to achieve. So once we have the shape on top that we like, I did notice that Kendall's eye shape is very much like straight across, if that makes sense. So I noticed there's a lot of shadow here and a lot of shadow on the outer portion as well, and it's very straight and winged out looking. So that's kind of where I placed the shadow, and now I'm just gonna blend it out with a small fluffy brush. So once we've applied that, I'm actually just gonna dust my bake away now. I don't like to leave it sitting too long, just a couple minutes is fine. I'm also just going to apply a little bit of that Laura Mercier shadow under the eyes, just to do the same thing, just to create a base. And I'm just going to blend that out using a pencil brush. I'm going to drag that color pretty much all the way in. I'm going to avoid my tear duct directly, but I'm pretty much dragging that all the way in. All right, now we're gonna start building some more dimension. I'm going to be using my Patrick Ta Major Dimension eyeshadow palette. I'm going to be using the shade Mother just to kind of deepen up my outer and inner corner. And again, I'm just going to do the same thing on the bottom. All right, so this is the shape we currently have going. I don't really want to go too much darker than this because once we get some liner and mascara on, I think it'll be enough on its own. I'm gonna go in with this light shade in this Charlotte Tilbury, the Super Nudes Easy Eye palette, and I'm just going to run that all over my lid. I'm also just going to highlight my inner corner area slightly with the same shade. On second thought, I actually am going to deepen up the eyes a little bit. I'm going to be just lightly dipping into the shade Absolutely and just dusting it slightly on the outer corners and underneath my eyes. It does look like she has a slight bit of shimmer on the lid, so I'm just going to dip into this Lid Glow Cream Shadow by Beauty Counter and just lightly apply that on the lids. I'm using the shade Gleam. I'm also just going to lightly place that in the inner corners. For eyeliner, I'm going to be using this matte HYDRA liner from Suva in the shade Grease. This is just a nice black gel liner that is activated by water, so it applies really easily. I'm just going to activate this with a little Fix Plus. All right, I'm going to begin applying my liner, and I want the outer part to be the thickest part, but I want to keep it relatively thin. Just going to ever so slightly clean up the edge with a damp cotton bud. All right, I think I'm pretty happy with that. It's nice and black, definitely winged out and feline looking. Not too thick, not too thin, but yeah, really accentuates the eye. So I'm going to hop off camera and just apply my other eye really quickly, and I will be right back. All right, so I've finished off my liner, and I've actually also applied mascara, and I'm gonna jump right into falsies. Something I noticed right away about Kendall's look was that she was wearing some really pretty fluttery false lashes, and I just loved the way it looked on her. I noticed that she only really had them applied on the outer half of her eyes, so I'm gonna show you a lash trick that I always do that I feel like is so flattering and so easy. So I have these lashes by Lilly Lashes here. This is the style Diamonds. And what I've done is I've actually just cut one of these lashes in half. So as you can see, they are short on the outsides. And so when I cut them down the middle, this will actually give me 2 lashes just on the outer corners, and this actually is amazing for preserving your lashes. You can reuse these a ton of times, and then once you're done, you have a whole nother eyelash to do the exact same thing with. So I love this trick. So I've just applied a little bit of Lilly Lash adhesive, and I'm just gonna wait for that to get tacky before I try and stick on these lashes. So once I feel like they're tacky enough to put on, I just grab a pair of tweezers and I will place them on the outer corner of my eyes. I just try to get them as close to my lash line as possible, and I'll pinch them together. All right, so that is what that looks like with the lashes. As you can see, it looks a lot more natural than a full strip lash would. I think this is really pretty. It actually looks pretty similar to the lashes that Kendall was wearing. So yeah, Lilly Lashes Diamonds. All right, and I'm just gonna do the same thing for the other eye. I'm just going to apply a little bit of lower lash mascara using my L'Oreal Telescopic Lash. All right, that is it for the eyes. I think I'm going to leave them be for now. I'm going to move on to brows. So Kendall's brows are quite dark in this look, and they're quite straight. So I'm going to brush through my brows. I'm going to go in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dark Brown Brow Wiz. And I'm just going to start drawing little hair-like strokes throughout my brows to thicken and darken them. All right, so I think this is the basic shape that I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing for the other brow. So to add a little bit more volume to the brows, I'm going to go in with this Makeup Forever Aqua Resist Brow Fixer in the shade 40. And I'm just gonna brush this through my brows to give them a little bit more fullness and a little bit more fluffiness. I'm just going to clean up around the brows with a angled brush and just clean up any areas that I may have gotten a bit of brow gel on. All right, so brows are done. I'm gonna move into the rest of the face now. So Kendall is very contoured in this look. So I'm gonna go in with my Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Shaping Stick in light medium, and I'm just gonna be pretty generous with this. I'm just gonna start out with that and blend that out. I'm also just going to take the excess on my jawline, down my neck a little bit. I feel like Kendall also had a little bit of a nose contour going on, so I'm going to go in with this brush by Artist. This is their Elite Concealer brush, and I'm just going to dip into the stick a little bit, brush off any excess on the back of my hand, and I'm just going to contour the edges of my nose with this. I'm also just going to bring that up into the brow. I'm also just going to apply a little bit right underneath my nose, just to give us that button nose kind of look. And to blend that out, I'm just going to bounce over that with my makeup sponge. I'm just going to put any excess contour right under my lip as well. For blush, I'm going to be using Nudestix Sunkissed, and I think Mary Phillips had something to do with developing this product. I'm not sure, but I actually bought this product because of her, because she uses it in her kit, and it looks pretty similar to what she has on Kendall in this look. I'm just going to load my brush up with product first, and then I'm just going to stamp that on my cheeks just above where we applied that contour. It looks like she applied a little bit across the bridge of the nose as well. I'm not going to apply any highlighter because it looks like the skin is quite matte in this look, but I am just going to powder the rest of the face. I'm going to take this Makeup Forever Ultra HD setting powder in the shade 2 Banana, and I'm just going to take my beauty blender and carve out under my cheeks. I'm also going to just set in the center of my forehead as well. So my skin is looking a little bit powdery because I was quite heavy with powder, so I'm just going to set my skin with MAC's Fix Plus, and that will just kind of set all that powder into place. For the lips, I'm going to line my lips using Buxom's High Def Honey POWERLINE Plumping Lip Liner, and I'm just going to use a pretty light hand with this and just overline my lips. I'm going to use the brush that comes on the opposite end of this lip liner and just buff that out ever so slightly. I'm just going to contour the edges of my lips a little. So to finish off the lip, I'm going to apply MAC's Shrimpton lipstick. I'm not sure if they still sell this, but Myth is a really good alternative as well. I'm just going to load up a fluffy brush and gently diffuse that all over the lips. All right, and that is it for the finished look. I am loving how this turned out. I think this is such a flattering look, and I think it would look good on so many different skin tones and face shapes. I had a lot of fun recreating this look, and I hope you guys enjoyed it too. If you did, give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment, and do not forget to subscribe. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you next time.